Hi, this is P R Sundar. Welcome to this special episode. I am going to explain about trading in US markets. So this may be a series of few videos. The first question, and many people ask me, sir, can I trade in US markets? Can Indians trade in US markets? So the answer, there is no direct answer. It is not the question whether you are an Indian or not. The question is whether you are a Indian tax resident or not. If you stay more than 6 months in India, you become a Indian tax resident, irrespective of your citizenship. You may be an American citizen, you may be a Singapore citizen, but if you are staying in India for more than 6 months, you become a tax resident of India. So the tax resident of India are not allowed to trade in US markets. Again, they are not allowed to trade only in futures and options only. They are allowed to trade in cash market, but no futures, no options. Let us look at this in detail. Why the government does not allow you to trade in US markets if you are a tax resident of India? So the reason is very simple. As per SIB report, 90% of the people, they lose money in stock market. They did not even say whether it is futures and options or cash market. They said about 90% of the people lose money in stock market, and 5% of the people, they barely make a profit to cover the cost. So that means 95% of the people lose money in stock market. If government allows all the Indian tax residents to trade in US markets, how to trade in US markets? You have to pay money in US dollars. How to get the US dollars? Only Reserve Bank of India will have to provide the US dollar to you. And if people keep on trading in futures and options in US market, keep on losing money, that means, the people may not worry, but the Reserve Bank will have to keep on supplying the US dollars. How long they can do? And they already have only about 585 billion US dollars as the reserves. They already spent so much money for importing the crude oil and importing the gold, and then for other imports also. But the maximum money goes for crude oil and gold. So on top of which, if they are spending dollar, then so one day the dollar will come down, then our Indian rupee will depreciate. That will create hell lot of problem for Indian economy. So that is why the Reserve Bank of India controls the flow of US dollar from India to abroad. So they have certain set of guidelines for what purpose you can transfer the money abroad. You can go to bank, you can pay Indian rupees, and then in turn the banks will give US dollar. But there is a set of guidelines. There is something called liberalized remittance scheme. So only through which you can transfer the money abroad. But that transfer of money abroad cannot be done for any purpose. So there is a list. So within that list you must come. So number one in that list, for your holiday. You want to go for holiday, you want to enjoy, you can transfer. And number two, for studies. You want to go and study abroad, or your child, your daughter or son want to go and study abroad, you can transfer the money. And then for medical expenses, for yourself or your family members, so if they have some medical expenses abroad, you can transfer the money. Property investment. So you want to buy a property abroad, you can transfer the money. And last but not least, if you want to invest in some shares, you want to buy some Apple shares, Google shares, you want to buy some shares which are traded in US market, you can transfer. Remember, you can transfer the money for buying shares, but not for trading in futures and options. The LRS scheme states very, very clearly that for two purposes specifically you are not allowed to transfer. One is the margin trading. Once you say margin trading, futures and options is all about margin trading, because we don't pay the full money, we pay only the margin. So that means foreign derivatives is out of question for Indian tax residents. Forget it. But then you may say, sir, then why are you talking? But sometimes we talk, our targeted audience is not the Indian tax residents. Our targeted audience are the NRIs. Just like you have a problem in trading in US markets, similarly, NRIs have some problems in trading in Indian futures and options. Non-resident Indians, they will have two types of bank accounts. One is called NRE account, which is non-resident external account. Another one is NRO account, non-resident ordinary account. They can use the funds in NRE account to buy and sell shares in Indian market. So that's very, very easy for them. But trading in futures and options, there are a lot of restrictions and they have to pay the money only through their NRO account. Then for each transaction, the tax will be deducted at 33%. So practically there are a lot of difficulties. So therefore, we are suggesting the NRIs, instead of trading in futures and options in India, so they can trade in US. Whenever I talk about trading in US markets, it is not meant for Indian tax residents. It's meant for NRIs. So that I make it very, very clear. Even if you want to transfer the money abroad, even for property investment or some shares, okay, still there is something called TCS, tax collected at source. Right now the rule is that up to 7 lakh rupees you can transfer without any tax, but beyond 7 lakh there is a 5% TCS, which will be revised to 20% from June 1. From June 1 onwards, if you want to transfer some money for buying property or anything else, you have to pay 20% TCS. So basically, it is not advisable to transfer the money abroad. That's not good for you. That's not good for the government. That's not good for RBI also. So it is only for NRIs. Even you want to buy some shares, you are allowed to transfer money only for buying listed company shares. You cannot transfer the money for buying unlisted company shares. So a stock that is listed in a stock exchange. So then you can do it. So there is a proverb in Tamil, கூரை ஏறி கோழி பிடிக்காதவன் வான ஏறி வைகுண்டம் போனானா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So it literally means a guy who cannot climb the roof to catch the hen, so he want to go to the heaven. For Indian tax residents, it's better trade only in Indian market. And trading in US market, it has a complete new setup, and it is not for really very, very small people. Just to give you an example, so in India, you just open an account with any broker, the broker will provide you a trading platform. But in US markets, the people don't provide the trading platform. It's not so easy. The data, here you see the prices keep updating in our software. So there you have to pay separately for data. And there are many other charges are there. So definitely US markets is not for very, very small people. Even if you are a big guy, still it is not for you if you are a tax resident of India. Let me stop here and I will give you more information about trading in US markets in the next few videos. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.